Hey, what's up, guys? This is David Chase Taylor of 911truther.org. Today is August 11th of 2025. So, based on breaking news and events, it appears that CIA headquarters located beneath CERN at Lake Geneva in Switzerland is going to stage an Iranian offensive in the United States, Israel, and or Europe on the night of August 11th or the date of August 12th of 2025, specifically to trigger World War III. So before I get into the potential scenarios that are slated for the evening of the 11th or the date of the 12th, I'm just going to highlight the numerology briefly to basically show why this attack is imminent. Firstly, the date of August 12th marks exactly 49 days since the CIA staged the arrest of an Iranian sniper in the United States with an identification card, an Iranian identification card in Alabama back on June 24th. The number 49 equates to DI, as in die, in the English alphabet, which suggests that the CIA is going to stage a sniper-related assassination of one Donald J. Trump on the date of August 12th, 2025, specifically to trigger World War III. It also marks exactly 49 days since the CIA staged the ICE-based arrest of 11 Iranian nationals in the United States back on June 24th of 2025. Again, the number 49 equates to DI, as in die, in the English alphabet, which suggests that the CIA is going to stage Iranian-backed terror attacks in the United States under the guise of attacks by Iranian nationals. It's imperative to note here that the impending attacks, assassinations, and wars that are slated in the next 24 hours are going to be executed under the guise of an Iranian attack, but on the ground they're going to be executed by the Israeli Mossad, by the Israeli Shin Bet, and the Israeli Navy and or the Israeli Defense Forces. The date of August 12th also marks 51 days since the CIA staged the joint U.S. Air Force, U.S. Navy based bombing attack targeting Iranian nuclear sites, and this was specifically designed to provide a timely motive for a revenge attack upon the United States. Coincidentally, the date of August 12th of 2025 marks exactly 380 days since Masoud Pezeshkian became president of the United States back on July 28th of 2024. Of course, the number 380 or 38 symbolically equates to CH, which is the abbreviation of Switzerland Confederation Helvetica, which means that this has the numerics and numeric signature of Switzerland, which is ordering the attack. Coincidentally, the date of August 12th also marks 392 days since the CIA disseminated the ongoing narrative that Iran is plotting the assassination of one Donald J. Trump. So exactly what type of DEFCON level event is planned for the United States, Europe, and or Israel or other nations in the Middle East on the date of August 12th is obviously not known, but the most likely events are as follows: a 9/11 style nuclear attack, a Iran-backed coup d'etat targeting Washington, D.C., possibly under the guise of an attack by Al-Qaeda, ISIS, Muslim Brotherhood, the Houthi militia, Hezbollah, the Taliban, etc. There's also the realistic possibility, because a few months ago, Iran launched a drone carrier that the CIA will stage a 9/11 kamikaze suicide drone bombing attack targeting New York City and or Washington, D.C. on this particular date. There's also the realistic possibility that the CIA is going to stage a full-scale Iranian attack or invasion of Israel on this particular date. I'm going to get into the other possible countries which could be targeted on this particular date. There's also the possibility that the CIA would stage an Iranian attack targeting nuclear sites in Israel on this particular date as pretext for a Chernobyl, Fukushima, or 3 Mile Island type event. But regardless, the end game of this particular attack is indeed to start World War III. If the CIA does in fact greenlight Iranian terror attacks in the United States, Europe, and/or Israel on the date of August 12th of 2025, they will predictably be CBRN in nature. That's chemical, biological, or radiological in nature. So we can expect some sort of biological attack, chemical attack, dirty bomb attack, gas attack such as sarin or mustard, nuclear attacks, possibly 9/11 style, nuclear missile attacks. There's also the possibility of shipborne nuclear attacks or vehicular nuclear-related attacks. There's also the possibility that the CIA will stage a Iranian cyber attack targeting the United States, possibly targeting nuclear reactors. If you recall, many years ago there was the Israeli Stuxnet cyber attack targeting Iranian nuclear reactors, and so some sort of a revenge attack designed to trigger a radiological event in the United States or elsewhere may be in order. There's also the distinct possibility that the CIA could stage Iranian weaponized contagion attacks such as anthrax, Ebola, rice, and smallpox, etc., specifically to spawn a second global biological pandemic. In the event that the CIA greenlights Iranian terror attacks on the date of August 12, 2025, they will most likely target soft targets in the United States, Europe, and/or Israel, including but not limited to airliners, airports, cruise ships, cruise ports, government buildings, hotels, taxis, trains, train stations, tourist attractions, subways, subway stations, and possibly even Ubers or self-driving cars. In the event that the CIA stages a full-scale Iranian attack or invasion of a foreign country on the date of August 12th of 2025, the CIA will likely target Albania, Algeria, Cyprus, Egypt, France, Gibraltar, Greece, Israel, Italy, Jordan, Lebanon, Libya, Monaco, Palestine, Portugal, Sardinia, Sicily, Spain, Syria, Turkey, and/or Vatican City. In the aftermath of the Israeli attack on Iranian nuclear sites on June 13th, and the secondary attack by the United States targeting Iranian nuclear facilities on June 22nd of 2025, the CIA spawned the ongoing narrative that this was called the 12-Day War, and this is specifically designed to foreshadow a Iranian offensive against the United States, Israel, and/or Europe on the date of August 12th. If the CIA forgoes attacks on soft targets or civilian targets on the date of August 12, 2025, they will likely target one or more United States Armed Forces related military installations in the Middle East or the greater Mediterranean region, including but not limited to the Askaz Naval Base in Turkey, Allied Joint Force Command in Lisbon, the Augusta Naval Base facility in Augusta, Sicily, Italy, the Aviano Air Base in Aviano, Italy, Camp Derby in Pisa, Italy, Cosimo Airport in Sicily, the Crete Naval Base in Crete, Devil's Tower in Gibraltar, the Foca Naval Base in Foca, Turkey, the Incirlik Air Base in Adana, Turkey, which coincidentally houses U.S. nuclear weapons. And so in the event of an Iranian attack, there will be apocalyptic nuclear explosions targeting Turkey. Other bases which may be targeted include the Iskenderun Naval Base in Turkey, the Izmir Air Station in Turkey, the Lajes Field in Spain, the Lisbon Naval Base in Portugal, the Morone Air Base in Seville, Spain, the NATO Air Base in Gaeta, Italy, the NATO Rapid Deployment Corps in Batera, Spain, Naval Air Station Siganola in Sicily, the Naval Computer and Telecommunications Station in Naples, Italy, Naval Station Rota in Rota, Spain, the Naval Striking and Support Forces Headquarters in Portugal, the Naval Support Facility in Naples, Italy, the Princerlik Air Base in Turkey, the Torreon Air Base in Spain, the Trapani Bergerki Airport in Sicily, and/or the United States Support Element in Lisbon, Portugal. So just to recap, CIA headquarters has greenlit an Iranian attack or invasion on the date of August 12th, which may be in the United States on the night of the 11th. And of course, number 11 and 12 consecutively is KL, as in kill. And so the CIA is desperately trying to stage an Iranian offensive specifically to trigger World War III. This attack, aside from triggering World War III, it may spawn a second global biological pandemic, and it will likely result in the assassination of one Donald J. Trump on the date of August 12th in Washington, D.C. This may come under the guise of a sniper attack, a nuclear attack, a drone carrier attack, but the CIA is in fact planning mass attacks in the next 24 hours that are going to be scapegoated onto Iran under the guise of a revenge attack in the aftermath of the aforementioned U.S. and Israeli airstrikes targeting Iran's nuclear facilities. What's imperative to note, again, is that these attacks are going to be executed by the Israeli Mossad, by the Israeli Shin Bet, and by the Israeli Air Force, and by the Israeli Navy, and then they're going to be subsequently blamed on Iran specifically to trigger World War III. There's also the possibility that in the aftermath of Donald J. Trump basically negotiating the truce for roughly five different wars, that the CIA will claim that upon hearing of the Iranian attack on Israel, Europe, and the United States, that he suffered a quote-unquote heart attack upon hearing the news, because J.D. Vance is slated to become the 48th President of the United States on the date of August 12th of 2025. This is specifically why he was chosen, is because he is the chosen president to lead the United States in a World War III against Iran. Israel was founded on May 14th of 1948. JD is the 48th president of the United States, and this is what's called reflective numerology. And so he has been chosen to lead the United States in a war against Iran, and they plan on sacrificing Donald J. Trump and to basically get the American people behind this impending war. And so his assassination on this day is expected. So obviously, if any of the aforementioned terror attacks or acts of war or political assassinations transpire on the date of August 12th of 2025, I kindly ask that you download this video and share it with local, state, and federal law enforcement, military, and intelligence officials, as well as with local, national, and international media outlets. Peace.